Hi everyone, welcome to our Movie Palace channel. We're thrilled to have you here. Whether you're a returning subscriber or a new visitor, you're in the right place for engaging content, exciting stories, and so much more. Before we dive into today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We love hearing from you, so be sure to leave a comment and let us know what you think. Now, sit back, relax, and let's get started.
Number 4, Memories of Murder. This is a 2003 South Korean crime thriller film directed by Bong Joon-ho. Film is about Park Song Kang-ho and Cho Kim Roi-ha are two simple-minded detectives assigned to a double murder investigation in a South Korean province. Let's start the film story. In October 1986, two women are found raped and murdered in a small town. Detective Park Do-man, inexperienced with such cases, is overwhelmed. Evidence is mishandled, and investigative methods are questionable. Park questions back Kang-ho, a mentally handicapped boy, and his partner Cho forces a confession. Detective Seo Tae-yoon from Seoul, with advanced crime scene analysis skills, volunteers to help. His methods clash with Park's. Seo finds back innocent and discovers the killer targets women in red on rainy nights. Inspector Kwan notes the same song played on each crime night. Despite a stakeout, the killer murders a woman near a gypsum mine on a rainy night. The next night, Park, Cho, and Seo stake out the crime scene and apprehend a man, but his confession doesn't fit. He mentions a mysterious person at a local school, matching a story from two schoolgirls. Seo finds the killer's only surviving victim, who excludes the arrested man. Park and Seo fight when the man is released but agree to work together after the killer strikes again. They investigate Ha In-gyu, a clerk at the gypsum factory. Seo notices Ha In-gyu's soft hands match the survivor's description but has no solid evidence. Realizing Baek witnessed a murder, they go to his father's restaurant, where a suspended Cho instigates a brawl. Baek runs off but is killed by a passing train before revealing anything. Cho's leg develops tetanus and requires amputation. Meanwhile, the coroner finds semen on the latest victim, prompting Seo to send it to the US for DNA comparison with Ha In-gyu's. On a rainy night, Seo loses track of Ha In-gyu during surveillance, leading to the murder of a schoolgirl he had befriended. Furious, Seo confronts Ha In-gyu, but Park intervenes with inconclusive DNA results, allowing Ha In-gyu to leave despite Seo's attempt to shoot him. In 2003, Park, now a father and businessman, revisits the first crime scene. A young girl tells him she saw an ordinary-looking man reminiscing there. Shaken, Park stares into the camera. Number 3, Montage. This is a 2013 South Korean crime thriller film. Film is about 15 years ago, a mother lost her child in a kidnapping case. A similar crime happens again and she won't let him go this time. Let's start the film story. 15 years ago, a kidnapper vanished without a trace, leaving behind the lifeless body of his victim, Seo Jin. As the statute of limitations nears its end, someone anonymously leaves a flower at the crime scene, reigniting interest in the cold case. Shortly after, another kidnapping occurs, mimicking the original method and targeting a similar victim. Detectives work tirelessly to solve the new case before it goes cold, consulting Detective Kim Sang-kyung, who recognizes the familiar pattern. It soon emerges that the child's grandfather, Han, was the original kidnapper. This revelation comes to light through the victim's mother, Myung-hwa, who then kidnaps her own daughter using the same tactics in a bid to force Han to confess his past crimes. The detectives uncover Han's motives. He had kidnapped Seo Jin to secure ransom money for his daughter's heart surgery. Tragically, Seo Jin's death was an accident. She fell while trying to escape. Han ultimately confesses, receiving a 15-year prison sentence. The resolution brings closure to everyone affected by the long unsolved case. Number 2, Perfect Number. This is a 2012 South Korean drama crime thriller film and directed by Bang Yoon-jin. Film is about a math teacher Ryoo Seung-bum helps his neighbor Lee Yo-won cover up the murder of her ex-husband. A detective and his colleague become suspicious and try to solve the case. Let's start the film story. Kim Seok-go was a talented math student who focused on his studies instead of making friends. Now in his 30s, he is just an ordinary high school math teacher, far from the bright future he once seemed to have. Seok-go is serious and shy, and his daily chats with Baek Hwa-sun, the cafe worker from whom he buys lunch, are the highlights of his day. When Hwa-sun's ex-husband violently attacks her and her niece, Hwa-sun ends up killing him in self-defense. Seok-go hears the struggle from his house next door and decides to help Hwa-sun by covering up the incident. He uses his smarts to create a strong alibi for her, and because of his help, Hwa-sun is cleared of any wrongdoing. However, the detective investigating the case, Jo Min-beom, suspects Hwa-sun is guilty. He trusts his instincts, even without solid evidence. Coincidentally, Min-beom went to the same high school as Seok-go. When he discovers that his old friend lives next door to Hwa-sun, he starts looking more closely into Seok-go's life. The film builds tension as Seok-go's ingenious plan begins to unravel under Min-beom's scrutiny. The emotional stakes are heightened as Hwa-sun struggles with the moral implications of their deception and her growing feelings for Seok-go. Number 1 Mother. This is a 2009 South Korean crime thriller film, directed by Bong Joon-ho. Film is about a mother desperately searches for the killer who framed her son for a girl's horrific murder. Let's start the film story. In a small town in southern South Korea, an unnamed widow and her son, Yoon Do-yeon, struggle with the weight of their lives. She sells medicinal herbs and performs unlicensed acupuncture, hoping to erase painful memories. Do-yeon, shy and prone to violence when mocked for his intellectual disability, becomes embroiled in trouble when a confrontation with a car driver leads to vandalism and a lawsuit that burdens his mother with debt. Things spiral further when high school student Moon I-heung is found dead, and circumstantial evidence points to Do-yeon as the killer. His mother, convinced of his innocence, faces skepticism from a self-absorbed lawyer and a community quick to judge. As she investigates, she discovers I-heung's troubled past and her connection to a boy named Jong-pao, who has a history of mental health issues. The mother's quest for truth leads her to a junk collector who claims to have witnessed the incident. In a moment of desperation, she kills him to protect Do-yeon, only to later learn that Jong-pao is being wrongfully accused. After Do-yeon's release, he and his mother reflect on the tragedy, with Do-yeon returning her acupuncture kit. Stricken by her choices, she uses it to erase the memories of their shared guilt, joining a dance of denial with other parents on a bus.